Hello friends, Those Back Pages here. I hope you're well. Coming to you from a very, very snowy Long Island, New York. You can see I don't even have lights on in the room. I just have the blinds open and you can see the reflection right there and it's completely, everything is pretty much covered with ice more than snow. It did snow, turned into a rain snow mixture and froze over. So, it's not quite hell, but it's frozen over. What I had been planning to discuss tonight just has yet to show up in the mail, and I'm sure a lot of you know what I'm talking about, and it's a complete shutdown of not shutdown, but really extreme slowdown of the U.S. Postal Service. And roll it back a little bit, that this was the first year that my family canceled Thanksgiving, essentially. They just, with everyone was practicing social distancing and just didn't get together like usually every year get together. One of my family members is a chef, so he usually cooks Thanksgiving dinner, and that was canceled this year because of everything that's going on with the situation. And unfortunately, it's the same for Christmas. It's Christmas is next week when I'm filming this, and same deal. There'll be no get-togethers. So and that's a universal thing. It's not isolated to myself, but that ties into what's going on with the U.S. Postal Service being slammed with, hey, a lot of people are not traveling, so they are sending their gifts through the mail, and it's slowing everything down. And I have packages for myself on the way that haven't been updated in upwards of a week. You get the tracking. You go to eBay win list, and you look at you click on the hyperlink for the tracking number, and it gives you an update started wherever the seller is, and gives you the step-by-step breakdown of where you're winning, where your cards are, and or item, whatever it may be. And I've had stuff that was expected delivery was December 12th, and here I'm filming this a week after that. It's the 19th, I believe, they're filming this. I'll probably put this out tonight just to get in touch with you guys. I like to keep the constant flow of contact. I think that's important. Communication is important. And I'm going to go ahead and just tell you the little story of this particular card, which was the inspiration for what I wanted to film this video. And I wanted to film it a week ago, but expected delivery was December 12th, and it's not updated since the 12th. So I don't know where it is. Hopefully it shows up. But I think it's something that's important because it's like I can't think of the word, but it puts into scope everything that's going on in the world and with ourselves, and the whole living in the these times, and everything is online, and buying cards online, and specifically talking about cards for this. So I was one of the things I like to do when I'm searching on eBay is look for, excuse me, well, dry throat, is look for deals. Well, that's not, that's not unique to anybody, but look for graded cards, because that's my preference because of, like I said, shopping on the internet. And I like to look for non-gem mint cards. And actually now in 2020, a lot of the time I'll put -10, -9.5, and now even I've added -9, because even fine nines are very costly now. So, which is good and bad. I mean, for years and years and years, I told people, don't ignore nines. Why not save 80% of your money, your hobby money, and buy a 9 versus the 10? So I'll search sporadically, like, ending soonest or newly listed. You never know what's going to show up, when you search on eBay. So this one listing showed up. It was a 2017 Prism Green BGS 9 LeBron James base card. None of the inserts. I try to stay away from them unless I'm collecting the player specifically. So the seller, had an opening bid of $30. That's probably what it's worth, for argument's sake. But he had a best offer feature. And I've always told you guys, shoot out, send your best offer, because, the worst case scenario is you get blocked, which has happened to me a couple times. But hey, I'm offering you real money for cardboard, as I like to say. So I sent shipping was, it's important. Shipping was $3.90. So I sent this, and it was accepting offers. So I sent the seller an offer of $21. $4 shipping, $25 tax, yada yada yada. I said, all right, a little more than a blaster. Why not? So I sent the offer off, and then the next day I received a counter offer, and the seller said counter offer of $30. And in the comments, when you look at the review offer section, in the comments, he wrote that, this is pretty much what they've been going for. If I don't get this price, I'm okay with holding on to it. I don't have an issue not selling it. Thank you for your interest. And then this was the line that got me. He said, thank you for your interest. And then he said, I hope to hear back from you. I have this happen often where I'll counter and then never hear from the person again. Paraphrasing, I don't have access to the actual conversation. So now when I buy stuff on eBay and I send offers, for the most part I'll send the offer that I want to pay. Sometimes a little less, give you a little room, little haggle room. And generally when I get a counter offer back from the seller, I will look at it, because you're getting a counter. But I'll generally ignore it and just not. I won't. Very rarely will I just outright decline it, because you never know if an eBay promotion comes up, an eBay Bucks promotion comes up, or 15% off. Remember those 15% off coupons used to happen back in the day? So, you generally have 48 hours to let it expire. But again, I generally don't pay it much mind. But I read his statement. Well, essentially his statement. I read what he had to say, and then I let it I let it sit with me, and then later that night, I sent him a counter offer to his off. I countered his counter, and I wrote to him. I said, I counter offered at $26.10 because it was $3.90 shipping, so it was $30. And then I said to him, look, I understand what you're saying. Unfortunately, with tax, with shipping, and then tax on top of the shipping and the item, this is really the most I can offer. To $26.10 comes out to $30 plus shipping. Plus tax. So 33-ish with here in New York. It's like, and I said, if we were at a show, I would give you the $30, no problem. But we live in a time where there aren't any shows, but we're dealing most of the 99% of the time on the internet. So there's shipping and there's tax, and I was like, look, I get it. This is what I can offer. No worry. If this doesn't work for you, no worries. Hit send. We woke up the next day. He accepted my offer, obviously, because I told you in the beginning, it's off somewhere. Hasn't been updated in a week. The progress on the shipping, and it's not unique to that one win. I've got probably a half a dozen things that are just in limbo. But again, it's not unique to my situation. I'm sure you guys have the same things as well. So, it was, I wasn't really looking to pay what I wound up paying, but the guy had a communication. And I think that a lot of us, that's what we're missing now in 2020 and 2019, and with the uprising of the internet and the anonymous, and I can't say that word. Being anonymous on the internet, behind your keyboard warrior, but not to that extreme. So it's just very easy just to say, yeah, nah. But again, the same thing for the dealer to say, yeah, I don't want, that offer's ridiculous, whatever. But, I think that, that's a lost art, is the communication, especially in dealing with collecting. Because when you go to a show or the National Lease Show, part of the fun is making those deals and remembering those deals. Like remembering you paid, so and so for that, and the one that sticks with me, well, it's because it's a recency bias, but at the show last year, and I can only say that for a couple more, probably one more if I do another episode before the end of the year. But last year's show, 2019, I had with me, and you can watch the show recaps. I did national recaps at the end of each day, so just peel back way back in the episode catalog and take a look at those. But I came up with an idea for myself that I was going to have custom t-shirts made for the purpose of going to the show, to wear one to each day of the show, wear a different one at each day. Always learning, you matter, all my stuff that I like to remind you guys and reiterate with you guys. And one of the shirts, and I found a company online, the shirts came out to like $5 or $6 each, $7 something. It was really affordable, a one and done, because it was the show was in Chicago and I was flying, so I had to choose between packing the cards I picked up or the shirts. So I left the shirts behind. Again, they weren't superior quality or anything. They were good for one and done type of fun, good times. The shirts got, one of them said Slabgate on it, and You know, the shirt's got a lot of nice reactions walking around the show. Oh, I like your shirt, funny, funny, and stuff like that. But one of the shirts I had on was, you know, by the card, not the assigned grade. And, you know, a fairly tall guy, and, you know, it read pretty well. As in, you could read it pretty well. So one dealer had a 1997 Topps Gold, not 1997 Fleer Ultra Gold Kobe Bryant, BGS 8.5. Probably should have had it available for this, but this just came to me. And so he had it out for $20. It's probably worth about $20 at the time. But, you know, like I say, and like all the other guys say about the show and stuff, you rarely pay sticker unless it's extreme steal. You always try to haggle because it's part of the fun of the entire experience. So it was I remember it. I can close my eyes and I can picture it. It was in the showcase in the lower left hand corner when you're looking at the showcase. And he had a $20 sticker on it. BGS 8.5, so it's not a great grade. It's a stereotypical grade. I mean, those 97 Fleer Ultra Golds have a lot of chipping. Got one gold per pack. And, you know, they did baseball, they did football, they did basketball, so it's quite accurate, quite nice. So if your player was around the 97, obviously, either you know about it or I highly recommend you try to find one for your collection. So, getting off track. I said to him, hey, would you take 15? Would you take 15 for that Kobe? And again, remember, this is summer of 19. Kobe was kind of out of the spotlight. He was still with us. And it's hard to believe that's almost a year ago now. Seems like 20 years ago. But, so he said to me, he looked at me, and he looked at my shirt, he goes, because you have that shirt on, you have a deal. Just because of that shirt. So, hey, buy the card, not the assigned grade. So I thought that was cool. So, it's actually getting dark. You can probably tell the difference, but I've been blabbering on for a while. I want to wish you and your family and your friends and your loved ones a very happy holiday. I want you to know that if you're going through some bad stuff, there are other people that are going through bad stuff. You're not alone. And I want you to reach out, make phone calls. I mean, you can talk to somebody. Even there's hotlines you can talk to if you're not comfortable talking to someone you know about it. I just want to say that I'm thankful that you're here. I'm thankful, you see a lot of people say, hey, what was your favorite pickup of the year? This, that. And, my favorite pickup of the last year would be knowledge. I'm fortunate enough that I can say I know a lot more today about the hobby than I did 365 days ago. And I hope to know a lot more in another year, because I just really enjoy learning and sharing and all that good stuff. So have a safe holiday. Think, be smart about things. Don't drink and drive. Social distancing, mask up, all that stuff. It's very important. Thinking about the entire picture, not just yourself. And in closing, just remember to be kind.